any trouble or have any questions, Chelsea and Lacey will be taking a look at or monitoring the chat pod. So feel free to ask any questions while you're in there. We also have Tammy Stone with DCO, and so if you have any questions that Tammy can answer, that would be now would be a great time to ask those as well. So today what we're going to talk about is the Summer Youth Employment Program. As your programs are wrapping up, we'd like to get feedback on your program. And so we want to find out from your participants how their work experience was, and we would also like to get feedback from the employers on what was their experience with this program. So we have some resources, and they are available on, if you go to illinoisworknet.com/SYEP guide, you will see that we have a section here that says set up participants. So they're probably very familiar with this information already. But as we've gone through the program, we've continued to update these areas with new releases and instructions for each of these sections. So one of the things that I want to point out is, again, we do want the feedback from your youth, and we understand that sometimes they can go and sign in to use our SurveyMonkey and complete the information online. In other cases, you might need to have them complete a paper copy, and then the disadvantage would be that you would need to manually enter that in. So it'd be great if they could just enter the information themselves. But we do have a PDF version of the post survey. So we just basically want to find out, what was your overall work experience, good or bad? And if it was good, what made it good? And if it was bad, what made it bad? So it's a relatively short survey. This seems a little bit longer, but what we use is logic within the survey, so that if they answer a question that says their overall experience was good, we only ask them questions related to a good experience, and if their experience was bad, then we ask them questions related to their bad experience. We also ask that they complete a success story, and we have a couple ways to do this. The youth can submit their own success story, or the program staff can submit a success story for them. What we recommend is, obviously having the youth submit the information themselves. But we did give you, some basic questions for the youth to consider whenever they're putting together their success story. What were their challenges, or where were they? What were they facing before the program? What did they like about the program? What did they learn from the program? And also they start thinking that, now that I work there, this is just me building onto my network of professionals, and so I want to make sure I can maintain contact in a professional manner with these people for future job openings or references. And then how do they think this experience will help them in the future? So as I mentioned before, the youth can enter this, and the program staff can, or the program staff can look at this. We do have instructions for both, so you can print those out and follow those. Those are also available in the lower left-hand corner of your screen, so those are in a download, so you can simply click on them, and then you'll be prompted to go to a browser window to where you can actually download the document and save it to your computer. So I'm going to go over to back to the SYEP guide, and you can see that we have an area for the work experience. So what we looked at primarily just a few minutes ago was for the participant, and now we're going to look at work experience. For the work experience, towards the bottom here, you'll see that we also have a survey for the employer, because we want to know what their experience was. We kept it super short, so it's not, we don't take up a whole lot of their time, but we do ask them 5 questions to get their feedback. But then we'd also like to get their information and their viewpoint and their success story. So again, we have the PDF version of those instructions, and then we also have the link to the success stories. And when I click on the link to the success stories, it takes you to the page where our success story tool is located. And we have some instructions. It gives you simple steps. Log in. We also have instructions, again, additional instructions for writing an effective success story. That's available. So I'm going to go ahead and log in, because you do need to be either logged in or set up an account, but everyone will already have on my workNet account. They can just simply log in. And once you're logged in, there you go, computer. It populates with the information that's in my account. And I can just type in my title. Oh, manufacturing is great. And then I can type in my location, and to keep it simple, we'll just write Springfield location. And I want to select what type of service that I received. I'm going to select the Summer Youth Employment Program. And then I already typed up a little something here, so we'll just copy it. And we're going to paste it into the success story text box. Okay. And then I'm going to type it. I'm going to pretend my name is Jim Smith at work. And I'm going to grab a picture, see what kind of pictures I have available. There's me, Jim. And I'm going to agree. I'm going to read the disclaimer, and I'm going to agree that this information can be posted, and I'm going to submit my success story. So you can see that it says that the success story was successful for Natasha. And now that success story has been sent to people at our contacts at DCO they review those success stories. And then we take a moment just to make sure that if there happen to be any typos or any grammatical errors, that those are cleaned up so that there's a nice presentation whenever they are submitted to our success story page. Okay. So that's an example of if I am the individual and I'm submitting my success story. Now you, as a workforce partner, you can, clicking too early, you can submit a success story for your customer. And you can do this for your employers too. So if your employers provide you with just a quick blurb, again, you can get them some guiding questions to find out the type of information that you're looking for your success story. There's, again, some more tips and information there. Once you've read the instructions below, you simply click on the image. And in this situation, we are going to select, I'm submitting a story about a special project success. And I'm going to type in my project name. And I'm going to submit the name. When you have contact first name, this is for the person you're submitting the information for. So in this case, we're going to have Jim Smith. Jim is from Springfield, Illinois. We have to put in our zip code +4. That's my 04. And that helps with um, providing success stories for congressional districts. Okay. So I have my program, my service location, the type of service received, my summer youth employment program if I am going to be, if I'm submitting for my youth, or I employed youth for the summer if I am an employer. Simply click there. I can go ahead and maybe I saw my paste. Yep, I still have my text that was provided by my youth. And then I go ahead and click next. Oops, sorry about that. Forgot to click my manufacturing sector. And I click next. And in this area, you can either upload an image, which is what I did before, or you can select a sector image. So we'll just go ahead and use manufacturing and hit next. Oh, I need to select my option. And then next. And I can preview. And then I can go next. And then I have to read the disclaimer that says that you have written permission from the customer to be able to post this success story. And then you can submit the story. And it's as simple as that. So you can submit a new story or not. So those are the just real simple basics. It's meant to be very simple to provide a success story. Didn't know if you had any questions specifically for success stories. I know that if you have any questions also about wrapping up, the program, we do want to make sure that everyone, has had their youth obviously complete the pre-assessment, the post-assessment, have a work site evaluation for the youth, and then we ask that they complete the post-survey, if at all possible. And it would be even more wonderful if they provide a success story. And then I guess the final step is after they after you've uploaded their payroll for their last payroll check, is if you could exit those youth, then that would be wonderful. And you can do that. Let me log into my account. I can show you if you're, just as a reminder, where to find that information. I'm going to go into my SYEP tools. And I'm going to go to my customer details. I need to select a group, don't I? Just go out of state organization because that's where I have my sample people. So my sample person is Joseph Miller. Their information here. I can change their enrollment status to exited. And this is after you have completed their payroll upload. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to where I can see your webinar page. And so I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Now, did you have any questions about the success stories or writing success stories, or?
Natasha, it's Tammy. If an employer does not have an account, then it would have to be submitted by the agency, correct?
Yes. Yeah, it's just easier too if they just submit it.
If they just submit it for the employer.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. And if you have any questions too regarding, the program in general, feel free to type them in your chat box and we'll respond to those. We're moving along pretty good. We've got, I think, around 94% placement so far. And I just want to make sure all of you guys are still continuing to be timely with your payroll uploads and your grant report, expenditure report forms to me, because we're basing our cash requests on those. And we review those pretty much every Tuesday, and we request cash on Wednesdays for the download on Thursday. So we did several cash requests this week. So we just want to make sure we're current and making sure that we're keeping the funds available for you guys in the field so you can make payroll. So I just want to make sure that you guys are timely with your payroll upload and also with your grant expenditure report. And then we were probably I'll be sending out an email, if not this week, the first part of next week. We're going to be probably requesting a specific date for your grant expenditure report along with a trial balance, so that we can make sure that the expenditures are in line with what you're reporting in your accounting system too. So we'll take a look at your trial balance along with your grant expenditure report. But you'll receive an email from me on that.
Okay, well, thank you. Well, if there aren't any questions, then we'll go ahead and wrap up the webinar for today. Remember, if you do ever have any questions, you can use our FAQ that's available through the SYEP online guide in Illinois WorkNet, or you can also send your questions to info@illinoisworknet.com. So thank you very much, and have a great day.